Hello everyone, I am Sonali Ghurve. In this session, you will learn how to use preprocessors and macros with the help of example. Preprocessors are the programs that process our source code before compilation. Preprocessor is actually a collection of special statements called directives that are executed at the beginning of the compilation process. Every preprocessor is start with the hash sign. We are including the many directories in our program. Example, hash include the header file into our program. Before we are using in a program printf and scanf, it is necessary to include stdio.h header file in our program. When we are using the strings related function, predefined function like strlen, strrev, it is necessary to include string.h header file in our program. Macro means what? Actually, macro is a small fragment or it is a small part of a code that is given a name. When we are using this name in our program, it is automatically replaced with the contents of this macro. You can define the macro in C using the hash define preprocessor directives. Actually, there are two types of macro substitution. Simple macro substitution and parameterized macro. Parameterized macro, or you can say the function like macro. In simple macro substitution, the only identifier is replaced with the actual value. In this program, this is a program to calculate the area of circle using the macro. In this program, one preprocessor directive hash include stdio.h. We are using the printf, scanf functions for the input and output. That's why we are using the stdio.h. And this is macro hash define pi. Pi is one identifier which is storing the value 3.14. When we are using this pi in our program, at that time this pi is replaced with the value 3.14. In this program, two variables are declared. Here we are accepting the radius from the user. We are using the pi into radius. At that time this pi is replaced with the value 3.14 and then answer is stored inside the area and answer will be displayed here inside the area. In this way we can use the simple macro substitution. Next is parameterized macro. Parameterized macro means macro which takes some parameters. Here is a one program to calculate the square of number using the macro. In this hash define, this square is a macro name. Here we have to calculate the square of this number. So coding for this is x into x. Okay. When we are using this int p, here is a one variable for the storing the square of number. We are calculating the square of 5. When we are writing square of 5, at that time it is replaced with x into x by this line. And here the square of given number is displayed by using this. In this way, we can use the parameterized macro and simple macro in C programming language. Thank you.